have to trust the process.
Yeah, obviously you have to trust the process, which is the hardest part probably. And most of the times, like if you're able to deal with how do you call it, all the tough times that comes along it, you're probably gonna get closer to your purpose. If you're not able to do that and you just want to get there immediately, you're gone. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, because as I said, I think we get fixated on the end goal. Like again, like I'll share a story where even just the other day, when we're speaking about the job and I got declined for it, on a real thing, this is literally me being honest. Yeah, I was pissed. I was upset that day. I didn't cry or anything, but I was literally just like, I was there just like, bruh, I just felt deflated, fam.
Yeah.
Because you've seen us, like we're constantly applying for jobs and whatnot. And I got to a stage where I was there just like, bruh, when is it gonna come? Like, obviously we're in a stage now, like as long as you can pay your bills and stuff like that and do the extra stuff, like that's good, isn't it? Yeah. But I want something more than just a job.
Nah, you know what? Not gonna lie to you, it's not good. Because I'm not gonna lie to you. Quit the cap, man. Let's say this, yeah. So obviously now I'm working in a different warehouse, yeah.
Yeah.
In the moment whilst I'm trying to apply for jobs.
Yeah.
So you're there, you're talking to people. Oh, I went to you. Are you here for a contract? Because some, agency work. Maybe after 3 months they might give you a contract in the company.
Yeah.
So more time, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't really want a contract there.
Yeah.
Because that's not what I'm trying to do.
Of course.
So I tell them, I'm like, nah. I went to uni,
Yeah.
So this guy was there like, oh, so you went to uni and you're doing the same work as me. I never even went college. So I was like, huh?
The irony.
I was like, yo, and he was on some woke nonsense.
Yeah.
Talking about, I don't believe in the system because I feel like the system puts us through college, university, but see, you're doing the same work as me, blah, 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 blah. I was like, huh? So I was like, you know what? I had to take responsibility for myself, yeah, because whilst working at Amazon, I got comfortable. I'm not even gonna lie, I was not applying for jobs.
Yeah.
Because you get the pay, it's coming in on a weekly basis, it's decent. So I'm like, you know what? I'll do it, but I was not really phased about it.
Yeah.
First of all, plus I've done like, I think 5-6 final stage interviews.
Yeah.
Which did not go well. And I'm not going to lie as well. Those were my fault. I'm not going to say it's their fault or whatever. I should have prepared better. Because, they have the star, how do you call it? The star format to answer questions and that. I should have just applied it. But I was like, you know what? I'll be able to waffle it.
See, I never knew about that. But
you never knew?
Shout out Nikita, our camera woman that's here today. She's the one that bossed me on the...
Bro, there's this star method, yeah? It's either you use the star or the car.
Yeah.
And if you don't use it yet, and how do you call it? The way you answer, it's not structured.
Yeah.
It's going to sound like you're waffling.
Yeah.
And while most time, now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, I might have waffled too much.
Yeah.
Because I went all the way down to London for this interview. It was not even London, it was Stevie Nage.
Yeah.
So I had to drop off London, go change train and go to this place, yeah? And I thought, you know what? I thought I got this job, whatever.
Yeah.
Because, bro, I woke up at 6 to get there.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I put in the effort, whatever. So I felt like, you know what? Aside from all the, we all have a designated purpose and everything. But if we don't prepare for it, and we don't put the right effort into it, it's not going to happen.
Now, you got to prepare as well. And I feel like you have to be strong-minded, or like on your journey to figuring out your purpose, or on your journey in life in general.
Yeah.
I feel like you have to be strong-minded, and you have to have a good like support system around you. Because when I got that email, I was there just like, even though from the day before I thought, oh yeah, there's a possibility that I might not get it because my weaknesses, I feel like it was very, it would be a strong thing to compare to their core concept for their company or whatnot. When I got the email, and I was just like, I felt like a balloon that had literally just been opened, the air just deflated. And I was sitting down, and then Hannah was like, oh, well, like, what's up? And I was like, yeah, they got back to me, I didn't get the job, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, oh, well, like, next one, like how she sees it is like so simple, like just keep going. And that's normally my philosophy as well. But put it this way, there's only so many times you can get hit and you get to a certain stage where you're used to getting up, but sometimes just like,
you know what?
I'm gonna just lay down now.
That's the same. Like this week, so I was working. Well, I got the email from the woman, She was like, oh, I think the same bullshit automatic email that say we've got some more experienced candidate that we decided to move forward. Onto the next stage. I felt like going home that moment. I was like, nah, I cannot do the same. I was in the warehouse. I was like, because not gonna lie to you, when I came back from the interview, I was in the warehouse with Gus. I was like, you lot are not gonna see me again. so I was gassed. Everything was going well. So I was even working hard, going quick. Because I was not feeling, I was motivated. I was like, I'm gone. But aside from that, I could literally do the same thing. Maybe I could get to the final stage interview, But if I don't change what I've been doing all this time, it's pointless.
Nah, that's true.
So a purpose and everything that we are meant to do, if you have not got there yet, and you don't change your approach, it's pointless.
As you said, I feel like you have to learn as well, like along your journey. So while you're going along your journey, whatever you're figuring out, you need to be able to learn, because if you keep making this, if you keep like, let's just say, going down the same hole over and over, there's literally some reason why you keep falling down the same hole. Bro, so if you don't address it, then you're just gonna end up in the same
I'll tell
situation.
you even this story, yeah? So it's business related, yeah?
Yeah.
So I was investing in ads, yeah, from a business.
Yeah.
I was investing on Facebook. Bro, I did the same thing on Facebook for a long time, hired another person, whatever, spent so much money on it, yeah?
Yeah.
Whilst I could instead move on to Google, which made more sense for the type of business that I was running, yeah?
Yeah.
I could have changed everything. So, like, just go on the story short, yeah? You have to keep going, but the approach has to change.
Yeah, it has to change. And I feel like that's where the adaptability comes. And I feel like when you do get to that place where, because Hannah said something, she was there like, listen, just because they said, like, she was like, something about X amount of no's is literally like you're like, the more no's you get, you're closer to getting the yes.
If the approach changes.
That makes sense. Huh?
If the approach changes.
Yeah, obviously.
100%.
You can't be going in like lackadaisical, not preparing.
Yeah.
Obviously, like that. But she was like, the more no's you get, even as long as, like, let's just say theoretically you are preparing and you're doing what you need to do. She was like, the more no's you get, don't see it as a failure. Just see it as, one, this may have not been the job for you. And two, as long as you're doing the right things, you're literally one step away potentially from that yes. And that yes could be the one that's going to change everything.
Definitely makes sense, but there has to be a balance to it, yeah? Because now that I'm thinking, so this summer I did a interview, final stage interview.
Yeah.
I was interviewing with the manager, so I was almost there. Bro, first of all, it was a 40K job.
Go, pause you there, yeah? I think it's the money that makes us feel a type of way.
Bro.
Because with this job, when I applied for it, it was 45 bags, And when I looked at it, I was thinking, bro, like, if I get this job, like, it would literally change, like...
Bro, I went to the website to check what the net pay was. I was like, this is nice. 42, okay, you know what? That's calm. And that's where I got cocky and overly confident, yeah? Because, you know what? It was a 3-stage interview process.
Yeah.
I waffled all 3 of them. And I got to the 3rd stage, which was the final one.
So you just thought, let me just waffle my way through.
You know, I'll waffle this and it'll be all right. And that's when the call be shot with some stupid answer that I'm never going to forget again. I'm not going to forget in my life.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So obviously the money and everything, but bro, you just need to be focused and make sure the approach changes and make sure that you don't look too far ahead, but instead you look what's ahead of you.
No, definitely. And I feel like when it comes to that, when it comes to...
Bro, allow the English, it's fine.
When it comes to those situations, for me, I think the money is what gets me too tied up, because I'm at a stage now, even though I turned 25 this year.
Yeah.
And
Mrs. is asking to get married, you know, so you might as well get a decent job.
Joker. Obviously, I'm solidifying like different things in the sense of I have my own place. I've got like my relationship that we're engaged, whatever. We want to get to that place where we can get married, blah, blah, blah. But it was one of those situations where I'm comfortable in life now, but it doesn't feel like I'm in a job. I'm not in a career, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to put it. Even though the money's good, I don't want to settle for a job because it's not the career that I want.
Yo, so I was talking to a person, and I told them this. I told them, like, why I don't feel fulfilled right now,
Yeah.
is I feel like I have a lack of direction.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's not about money. I feel like when you know your direction, and you're going towards the direction, you're rowing towards it, and you feel fulfillment, I feel like that's your purpose, not gonna lie. Wow. I feel like that's when you feel like, okay, I'm content with everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Because I feel like when you're, let's say, moving towards your purpose, you're content.
Yeah.
And you feel good. So I feel like it's just, how do you call it? It's more time, it's all that matters, just for you to feel content. And for you to move towards a certain direction.
And that's the thing, like, with the job that I'm in now, it doesn't feel like there's any opportunity to move towards anything.
Yeah.
And for me, when it gets to situations like that, I just see it as like, just because the money good now, in 10, 15 years time, and I would have liked to have elevated, nothing, I'm just going to be in the same position. So for me, when I applied for that job, one, I was looking at the money because 45 bags is
decent,
a good amount of money.
Aside from the inflation right now, which make it seem like zero money, but it's decent money.
Zero money.
Yeah.
And two, I see it as like, if I had this job, then literally I can just like, it would change, like, it'll give me that one sense of comfortability.
Yeah.
And two, in the aspect of, the skills that I would be using, I would feel like I'm doing something. Like when I'm helping these companies or whatever it would be, I'd be like, this is where I want to be. I don't want to be in a job where I'm just mindlessly sitting there and I'm just going home, coming back, going home. It just feels like I'm doing the same shit.
That's the same shit I was thinking last week. So I was there and I was working. So it was Monday. Got to Friday. I was like, yo, is this what I'm meant to do the whole time?
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel no fulfillment aside from the money coming in.
Yeah.
What's the point of this?
No, exactly. And I feel like that's what the scary part is, because when I look at a lot of things, I feel like the reason why we get so frustrated and even scared at times is because we can see, let's just say we acknowledge that we're on a journey, which is totally fine. But the issue is, we can't see the destination.
Yeah, obviously.
So we want to get there, but at the same time, while we're on the journey, we can't see nothing. So when we're, let's just say, going through the certain falls and we're going through the dead ends and whatnot, we're getting frustrated, we're getting annoyed, we're getting emotional, because even though we're going to make it through out the other side, and I guarantee you,
God willing.
like, of course, God willing, as long as we put the work in, we're going to make it through the other side. Because we can't see the other side, that's the shit part. And two, I think Hannah said something, she was like, the money plays a part as well. Because think of it, she was like, if you've applied for a job, and let's just say you're on, I don't know, let's just say you're on 28k now, but you applied for a job that was only on like 23k, you're willing to set back, but it was going to give you a better like...
career perspective.
Yeah, career perspective. She was like, if you got rejected from a 22k job, are you going to care? I was like,
nah, you wouldn't care.
I was like, I wouldn't give a shit, bro. Like, 22k, nah, that's fine. Not offending anyone that has 22k, fair play, do you? But at the same time, I was like, I wouldn't care. But when it gets to certain numbers where I relate numbers to a certain level of comfortability, I'm looking at that like this is one of the holy
Let me tell you this. So I'll break it down. Yeah, obviously I'm 29, probably going to get married or whatever and all that stuff. Yeah. So I'll break it down like this. I was thinking last time, okay, say I'm in Amazon, wherever you get, it's like 1.7 or wherever it is. Yeah. So it's 1.7, and I was looking at houses here. Let's say hypothetically, you have 2 kids, so you probably want a 3-bedroom house. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's a mortgage, you're still gonna pay 8 bills.
Yeah, about 8 bills.
8 bills. So then you're left with what? 9 bills.
Yeah.
Family and everything, yeah? I'm thinking,
bro,
whoa.
Electric alone is going to cost you like 2 bills.
This sounds scary. So for some reason, I get shook by them type of things. That's why sometimes I get so hard on myself that I really want to progress or do something that at least I can... It's not about getting rich. Just comfortability and making sure that I'm towards the right direction.
That's what it is for me. Like, I've always had a thing where when I was younger, I was literally talking to someone about this the other day when I was at the barber's. I was saying when I was younger, I used to dream like, to me, 30k was a lot.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. When I was a lot younger, I used to look up and be like, oh, I can't wait until I'm in a job making 30k because I thought there's a certain level of comfortability that would come with that. Yeah. Then as I got older, and I always had a thing, I don't know why, but I always said I want to be making 30k before I'm 30. Yeah. Because I thought, oh, that would be a good space to be in.
Yeah.
Now that I'm at a space where I'm at that, with recession and everything, 130k feels like nothing. And they're like, what the hell? Like, I can survive and I can have a good time, not complaining.
Yeah.
But the level of what I held 30k at now is just like, no, like, this is mad. Now, because I've set a new, let's just say, goal, I want to, let's just say, a level of certain comfortability, which would be a good starting point, around 45, let's just say. Because I'm at that now, and it just seems sometimes when you're reaching for it, when you look, what's the average salary now? 24, 25? 24, 25.
Yeah, 25 in the UK.
Now I'm at a stage now where I'm looking at jobs that are going to necessarily pay me less because I'm craving more of a career.
Bro, I went to London for this 24k job and I was so happy. I just wanted the skills.
Yeah.
I just wanted to improve myself. It was never about the money. I knew even though, living in London with that salary wouldn't be...
You'd be living in a garage, someone's garage.
Bro, nah. I'm definitely not living in a bando. Like, I probably would have moved to Luton or whatever, which I checked Luton, the rent prices are decent, so I wouldn't mind. I'd probably have to commute.
Yeah.
Because these people were working in the office just 2 times a week. So it's perfect. I was daydreaming. I was like, I'm good. But it is what it is. That's what, at the end of the day, it's a struggle. We'll get that eventually.
No, definitely. And I feel like that's the main thing that I want to highlight to people that are listening and people that tune in and even people that are watching. Like, along your journey, one, don't beat yourself up if you don't know where you're going. And don't beat yourself up if you feel like you're failing. Because the other day I posted something on my Instagram and it was something about when it comes to consistency. No, it was talking about when I cried that time and whatnot. And the guy literally commented underneath the post. He was like, oh, I thought I was the only one. I didn't know other people was going through this.
Bro,
Thank you very much for sharing this
information. I feel like this, it comes with age. It comes with age, and let's say this, most of us, for some reason, which I don't know, have this idea that about 25 we are going to be married and have a family around that type of age.
Yeah.
So I feel like most of us have this subconscious pressure inside of us, which we think, by 25 I'm going to be good, I'm going to have a wife, I'm going to have this and such and such and such and so.
Yeah.
So when maybe reality hits and it's not like that, it just becomes stressful.
Nah, true. But one thing I realized, people are scared, one, to be vulnerable and to be honest, because I feel like on social media, that's what I'm trying to change on my page. For those who don't realize, for those that actually follow me, I'm trying to post more of my own personal and vulnerable sides of life, because I feel like with social media, we only post the good stuff when we're going out, when we've got a present, or when we're doing all these great stuff, but no one posts when they've had a shit day or when something in their life hasn't gone well, which I'm not saying people are meant to, but I'm saying if we all did that, we wouldn't be holding certain people to such a high standard, because we're all human, we all go through failures. So when that guy commented and he was like, oh, you know what, I appreciate this post because I always just felt it was me, I'm the only one, that made me realize like, oh, like, that's good. If I can make someone at least feel like they're not alone. As Dave said, what is it? We're all alone in this together. Something like that. That was his album. All Alone in This Together. Yeah. And that's how I feel like the world is set up sometimes. Like we all feel alone, but we're literally all in the same boat together.
You know what? That's why community is important.
No, definitely.
So community can help your purpose as well. Like I don't feel like we're meant to live in this world by ourselves. I don't feel we're meant to isolate ourselves. I feel like the more you isolate yourself,
the
further you're gonna get from your purpose. Obviously, if you're working on your purpose, whatever, there are gonna be days that you need to work. There are gonna be days that you need to focus. But you should never isolate yourself from people.
That's very true. So, like wrapping up, if you could give like one main advice to whoever's listening and to whoever's watching, what advice would you give someone?
I'll say this. I'll say, whilst again there are gonna be different seasons. At the end of the tunnel, there's gonna be a light. Aside from that, just look for other people and have a community. So whenever you feel down, you have people that you can talk to. You have people that can cheer you up. You have people that can give you advice. And just don't isolate. And just work on it and know it's going to happen. What would you say?
I would say what we said earlier, learn from your mistakes. So if you're getting the same outcome, whether that's a job or whether that's a career path.
Don't waffle the interviews, man.
Don't waffle the interviews. But if it's a situation where you're in a job or you're trying to do a business or whatever it is, and you keep getting the same outcome and it's nothing's really happening, then learn from your mistakes. There's a reason why certain things ain't happening. It's either you're not putting in enough work, you're not being consistent enough, or there's some sort of underlying issue. So learn from your mistakes, but also have a positive outlook and just enjoy the journey. But it's been good podcast, been a good talk. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. If you enjoy the content, obviously, we love being here for you guys. And also, we're here for ourselves because we want you guys to know that you ain't alone, if that makes sense. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe, you like, you share, all of that good stuff. But
Get back season.
Get back season, man.
This is Get Back Season, baby.